Okay everybody, this is your second video for today. There is something that I want to show you on the pound Aussie chart. Please go read through the disclaimer. I'm not going through everything. Please read through there. Let's look at the chart immediately. Now the question is, how should I put in trend lines? Can I cut through wicks? Can I cut through candles? Or must I actually just take it from the top to the bottom and put in a trend line like this? Guys, let's look at a few rules of a trend line before we can go on. Right, so a few things that I use. The trend line over longer terms are much more aggressive or trustworthy than shorter term trend lines. So if you have a trend line over 3 years or 3 months, it is much more, it's much better than a trend line just over a few hours or a few days. So the longer term trend line is always the better. The steeper the trend line, the weaker. So I would like flatter trend lines. I don't like steep inner trend lines like this. They fail a lot. Obviously, the strongest support and resistance areas you get is horizontal support and resistance areas. In other words, the flatter the trend line or the more horizontal your trend line is, the stronger it should be. Also 45 degree and lower is a very good thing to use. And how many points are touching the trend line? So I at least want 3 areas that touch the trend line, not less than that. I don't like two areas, it is very weak. So even if you have 5 or 6 areas over a long-term period, it's much better to use a trend line like this. Other principle, the last one that we want to use a trend line is over the bottoms if it is an upward market, and over the lows if it's a bullish market, and over the highs if it is a bearish market. So let's look at this. What is the most suitable trend line there? That is a suitable trend line, I agree. But for this example, I think a trend line like this is much more correct than the one from the highs there. We can take this as a number 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles touching that trend line. And also if I just copy it to the bottom, I can see a very nice bullish flag here. That is more suitable for me than putting a trend line like this and trying to, you see how the bullish flag will look then. It's not working. So I will look at the market, find a suitable trend line. The idea here is, remember that a trend line break is not necessarily a signal to go long or short. A trend line break or a bullish flag break is not a signal to go long or short. I will still wait for that resistance to break. Now, if this market breaks above this bullish flag, the pattern has been completed. And if it breaks above the resistance, that is my, I call it, trigger. I will then put my stop loss just below the pattern, maybe a little bit lower, just maybe below these lows to be safe. That's 8,500. So you can see if we enter this market, we're going to enter it above 8,700, 8,720, so you have a 220 pip stop loss. Now that is a big stop loss. So your volume should go lower, or your lot sizes should be adjusted according to 2, 3 or 5%. I suggest 2 or 3%. Risk, guys, but look at reward. The rule of a bullish flag is that the flagpole will equal the breakout. So now you can see that although our stop losses are 220 pips from our entry point, remember the pound Aussie also is not $10 a pip, it's much less. Our risk and reward, if on this trade is, let's take this 220. So you have a 440 pip reward here. Now you have a 660 pips. So we're going for 700 pips on this trade. That is 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk-reward ratio. So that justifies a 220 pip stop loss, because we are staying in this trade and we're expecting on the other side of the coin is we're expecting an aggressive move like this. Why? We can see all of these moves are aggressive to the upside and slower coming back. That is the definition of a bull market. Fast up, slow back. Fast up, long term, slow back. And now I'm expecting the same aggressive move to the upside here. Pound Aussie, breaking out of the bullish flag. I will buy above that resistance area. If it breaks with the closing of a candle, I will put my stop losses below here. And that is the lesson I want to show you on the bullish flag. Stop loss placement, the size of the risk reward, and obviously the trend line. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.